Thursday, May 11th. The Creator on the Cross.
However much we can and do marvel and worship the Lord as our Creator, there is more to it. As we have already seen, but worth looking at again, is the idea that our Creator is also our Redeemer. The God who created us is the same God who redeemed us. The God who said, "Let us make man in our image according to our likeness" at Genesis 1:26, is the same one who on the cross cried out, "Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani." That is, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Matthew 27:46. Talk about the reason to fear God, or even more so, to give glory to Him and to worship Him as well. How can we, as fallen human beings, adequately respond to such an amazing truth as this? What could we possibly do in response? We are told in the first angel's message what to do. Fear God and give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment has come, and worship Him who made heaven and earth, the sea and the springs of water. Read John 19:16-30, John's account of Jesus on the cross. As you read it, think of the Bible texts that we have looked at about Jesus as Creator, as the one by whom all things were created that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created through Him and for Him. Colossians 1:16.
Then Pilate handed Jesus over to them to be crucified. So they took charge of Jesus. He went out, carrying his cross, and came to the place of the skull, as it is called. In Hebrew it is called Golgotha. There they crucified him, and they also crucified two other men, one on each side, with Jesus between them. Pilate wrote a notice and had it put on the cross. "Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews," is what he wrote. Many people read it because the place where Jesus was crucified was not far from the city. The notice was written in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. The chief priest said to Pilate, "Do not write the King of the Jews, but rather,
This man said, 'I am the King of the Jews.'"
What I have written stays written.
After the soldiers had crucified Jesus, they took his clothes and divided them into 4 parts, 1 part for each soldier. They also took the robe, which was made of one piece of woven cloth without any seams in it. The soldiers said to one another, "Let's not tear it. Let's throw dice to see who will get it." This happened in order to make the scripture come true. They divided my clothes among themselves and gambled for my robe. And this is what the soldiers did. Standing close to Jesus' cross were his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. Jesus saw his mother and the disciple he loved standing there.
"He is your son."
Then he said to the disciple,
"She is your mother."
From that time, the disciple took her to live in his home. Jesus knew that by now everything had been completed. And in order to make the scripture come true, he said,
"I am thirsty."
A bowl was there, full of cheap wine. So a sponge was soaked in the wine, put on a stalk of hyssop, and lifted up to his lips. Jesus drank the wine.
"It is finished."
Then he bowed his head and gave up his spirit.
How are we to respond to this amazing expression of God's love? The first angel's message to worship the Creator came after the cross, after it had become known to the onlooking universe and to Christ's followers that the one who made heaven and earth, the sea and the springs of water, is the same one who, though being God, took the form of a bondservant, and coming in the likeness of men, and being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death, even the death of the cross. Philippians 2:7 and 8. What an amazing spectacle that must have been to those who knew Jesus before he came to earth as a human being. No wonder heavenly beings as well worship him. As for us, redeemed by his blood, what else could we do but worship our Creator and our Redeemer? Why is the idea, in light of the cross, of fallen human beings being able to add anything to what Christ did on the cross such a heretical idea? Which of our works could add to what the Creator has already done for us?